Okay, I think we have it this time.
Awesome. Hello. Now, I'm not sure if you want me to call you by your pseudonym or your real name.
The
'Cause
pseudonym for now.
pseudonym. All right. Celestine Grace. How are
That's,
you?
I am excellent. How are you?
Good. Now your face is a little dark again. Did something change? The lighting or something? There we go. There we go. All right. So, hi, Erik.
Hi, Mom.
I love you so much.
Mom, I love you so much. It's so good to talk to you every time. I just love you.
Oh, it's awesome. It's cool that our relationship is just different, but it still goes on.
That it will forever and ever, Mom.
Hell yeah. So, you decided that on a few topics for us here, and I think the first one for this segment is: Are you living in the now? And I could tell you from personal experience that living in the now is so hard for me. Oh my God, I'm always a few seconds behind or a few seconds forward, or it's tough. So, enlighten us.
So Eric says, yeah, day late and a dollar short is what you used to say. But
Mm.
he says, so staying in the now is definitely not the easiest thing in the world to do, Mom, and it takes practice. Today's world has so many distractions,
Mm.
and it's not just electronics. It's just such a busy world, and it's easy to be very far away from the now. But you lose so much when you're not in the now. We have a couple blog members that are here, and I just wanted to give you all a hint because I'm with you. I'm with you all the time. All you have to do is think of me. And how I catch the attention of the blog members who are not living in the now is to I grab their earlobes and they'll feel warmth
Mm.
and they'll feel tingling. And if they go to their third eye, they will see me go like this. Are you living in the now? Are you anxious? Are
So,
you worried? Then you're living in the future. Are you living in the now? So that's, how he helps us. So immediately, if you can stop that thought, the worry, and ask yourself if you're living in the now, it'll trigger a different thought to at least distract you.
okay, awesome. So, what are the problems, the symptoms, whatever, for people who are not living in the now, like me? Sometimes, not always, but sometimes.
Well, the symptoms are many. First thing you want to ask yourself, am I worried about something? Am I anxious about something? Because if you're worried or anxious, that means you're living in the future. You're worried about what future events will come, or you're anxious about what you have to do or what should happen.
Yeah.
Right? So that steals the now, though. That steals the energy that you could provide to the present to make the present a joyful moment.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling guilty or feeling badly about something that had happened before, you're living in the past.
Oh
And
yeah.
let's face it, you can't fucking change the past.
Mm, true.
So we'll call this wasted energy.
Mm.
We'll call this wasted energy. So when you start feeling guilty and you're living in the past, ask yourself, what better things could I do to use this energy with? I can't change the past, but can I make the future better?
So
Because everything lives here.
yeah. So depression is that living in the past?
Depression has very many components. For some people, it can be living in the past.
Mm.
Actually, for a lot of people, he says that it is living in the past. However, it can be chemical for some,
Mm.
and then it's a combination because the chemical part of your brain keeps you at that low vibration, and you can't just jump out of that thought process.
Yeah.
So Depression is quite unique, he says, and unique to each individual because everything lives in your mind. Everything just resides up here. It's so objective because are you depressed because your dog died, or are you,
Mm.
you know, so so it all is individual for everybody, he says, but I can give you a little hint about how to get out of that.
How?
So the brain is kind of like a record if you think about it, and the same paths make the same grooves into your vinyl record, right?
Okay.
You're thinking about the same song over and over and over again, and the groove gets pretty deep.
Okay.
Well, the amazing thing about the brain is that you can create new neural pathways by just doing something different, having a different thought, going a different way to work, brushing your teeth before you go to the bathroom, whatever that may be. He says it all starts new pathways, that starts all kinds of new stuff going on. And that's what helps you to get out. Now, once you start to recognize these feelings of depression is the trigger. You have a trigger that triggers that. Well, now I'm giving you a trigger to help you with happy thoughts. It says you recognize the depression.
Okay.
You take your place, yourself to that happy place. Okay, this isn't a valid thought for now. How about we think about whatever it is that makes you happy? Being on the beach, being with your kids, your grandkids, taking pictures. He says, even if it's for a moment, you've stopped that thought pattern.
Mm.
That'll help new thought patterns come about. And he says, and don't think that this is an easy process.
Yeah.
It's a habit.
It takes discipline and practice. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It takes practice. I, for example, practice in traffic.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah,
I
well,
try to practice when I'm in the, taking a bath
well,
or hiking. That's a good one.
yes. He likes the hiking part because he says that you can be very distracted by Mother Nature.
Yeah.
So if you can just make those happy thoughts, even for a second, distract you from whatever that is, you're a second closer to happiness, or you're 3 seconds, or you're 5 minutes away from distracting that negative thought process.
Of course, you can look at the past at happy moments. That's not living in the now.
Absolutely. Absolutely, he
Or
says.
hope for the future. Hope for the future. You can be in that whole state of mind. So that's not being in the now. How do you
Well,
speak to that?
well, what he says about that is there's a difference between intention and not being in the now. So, you have this intention, this intending energy, and you're intending to do something in the future. But if you have anything attached to how that's supposed to happen in the future, is when your worry is going to come in.
Oh. And what about thinking about a happy moment in the past?
He says that's excellent too. He says that's a very good way to snap you out of the depression. Because he says, about depression, people that are depressed tend to forget about what's good in life and what they have to be grateful for.
Okay.
So gratitude is another great way to lift yourself out of a funk.
Mm. Oh, tell me about that.
So he says, I've been showing Marie here gratitude for the past 3 or 4 days so she could speak and we could converse about this. And the biggest thing that I was shown on this weekend is that gratitude made me joyful. There was a gentleman at one of the local restaurants, and I was waiting for my lunch, and he asked for something to eat, and he didn't have anything at all.
Mm.
And they were kind of back and forth, and I said, I'll pay for it. You give him whatever he wants. And I gave him a hug, and he didn't smell too good. But
Oh,
it
poor.
might have been the only hug that poor guy's had in
I
a long time,
know. I
right?
know. Yeah.
That gave me so much joy. My feet didn't stay on the ground. And I thought, you know what? That was easy. That
Yeah.
didn't really cost anything. And I've been joyful for hours now.
How nice.
So I was grateful for the opportunity to be able to help that fellow out.
So does gratitude help you stay in the now then?
Absolutely, he says, absolutely. Because if you're grateful for what you have now, more will come,
Ah, ah.
and more will come.
So, what are the other benefits of being in the now? Besides avoiding anxiety and depression and guilt and all that.
Well, he says, time is very precious.
Yeah.
Says you never know what the next second, the next moment, the next minute is going to bring. He says it gives you the absolute appreciation for the very moment that you're living in. He says nothing's guaranteed.
That's true.
Nothing's guaranteed, Mom.
Yeah, I knew that October 9th, 2009. I mean, October 6th, 2009. I woke up thinking my son was going to grow old, and I went to bed without his physical presence. So, I know.
Yeah. He's making my heart hurt. So I know that he's very sorry for that pain that you
I
were
know.
with.
He doesn't need to be. I know he's happier now, so we're good.
So good. Okay. He knows, and now he's back to his usual self.
Uh-oh. What's he doing now?
He's pacing back and forth, back and forth.
Oh, that kid can pace like a son of a gun. He
Let's go.
just always paces.
Question.
All right. Anything else on
Living in the now?
yeah, living in the now?
Okay, so he says, I'll leave you with this last one. When you're living in the past or you're living in the future, you're using energy that's basically wasted because you can't change the past and you can't control the future.
Yeah.
Use the energy to do something good for yourself in the now. He says that, everything's energy. Think about how you use it.
And how can we use it in the now? Give us some examples.
By being joyful, by being in the moment, by petting your dogs, by kissing your kids, by enjoying the taste of your food, by talking to your friend. He says everything that gives you joy, that makes your heart sing, will make you happy about being in the now. He says, there's some shitty moments and you won't like being in the now, but I can tell you it's better than the alternative.
That's true. That is true. Wise words, Erik.
Yep.
Anything else before we close?
Not about being in the now, no.
All right. Well, we will come back in a few for our next topic. So I want to say thank you to everybody. Please like and subscribe to this video. And Celestine Grace will give her information, her contact information. I'll put that on the YouTube as well. But love you, Erik.
Love you, Mom.
Thank you, Celestine.
You're quite welcome. Thank you, Elisa.
You bet. Talk to you in a couple of seconds.
Okay.